Hey guys, and welcome to another video. So I don't really want to talk too much about just the R in this video. I'm going to also talk about the GTI and how it compares to the R. So what we're going to do now is we're going to quickly take it to shell, and it's not because I'm all about that V-power, it's simply because I have a Shell gift card and I need to use it up. And I hope I have some money still on it because yeah, funds are hurting. All right, so the big question that a lot of you guys have been asking me is the Golf R quicker than my Stage 2 GTI? It was APR Stage 2, if you guys are new to the channel. It was putting down around, I would say, I hate saying numbers because everyone's gonna be like, no, it's not doing that. I never dynoed it, so I think the figures for the updated Stage 2 with the revised version of the Stage 2 file should be something around, I think 310 wheel horsepower, maybe just a little bit more, maybe 314. And the torque number should be somewhere around 350 wheel torque, maybe 340. So pretty promising numbers. And if you compare that to my Golf R right now, I don't know the conversion to wheel horsepower, but it's 282 crank horsepower out of this Golf R. So if we're comparing crank horsepower, the GTI was probably around 330 crank, so it's pretty respectable. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe like 320. I don't know. Again, probably I would say roughly 330. So very respectable numbers. And you know, theoretically on paper, the GTI should be quicker. It weighs 300 pounds less than the Golf R, or around 300 pounds less. I had a 4-door with the sunroof, so I did have probably the heaviest one you can get, especially with the DSG, which I think sat around like, I think 3,100 pounds. But again, I did the exhaust work and I shaved out so much weight by doing that. So I would say it's around maybe 250 pounds of, you know, that's the difference. So really respectable. And so like I said, on paper, the GTI should be way faster than this Golf R. Now, something that completely shocked me is how similar they are in power. You know, it's really hard to say which one would win in a race. And you know, from my experience so far with this R, I want to say it's way faster than the GTI, or it is just way faster than the GTI, up to 60 miles per hour. And I think if these cars were doing a roll race at 60, and obviously, you know, from 60 or maybe even 50 miles per hour, the GTI would have it. That power to weight ratio is just in its favor. On paper, it should totally win, and it would win past 50 miles per hour. Now, the thing that I like so much about this Golf R is the fact that I really don't have to legally drive to have a great time in this car, and that's why this car is so fun to drive, is I'm not breaking the law and I'm having an amazing time. If I really wanted to experience some G's in the GTI, I would be lighting up the tires, and you know, I would go through tires so much. Ultimately, what I would say is the GTI is the best budget car, best modern day budget car, because you can tune it up and get a lot of horsepower, and realistically you only need Stage 1, and there's your 90 horsepower bump. It's a really good bargain. Only 700 bucks on top of the price of a GTI, and you have yourself a monster. So I think the GTI is a great bargain. I'm coming from a GTI, so I can say that. And you know, there's a lot of other great options out there, but in my opinion, I think the GTI is just one of the best. And a lot of you guys watching could probably agree, because I know you guys are all GTI drivers, or some other kind of MQB platform drivers. I have a lot of viewers who are in the MQB platform. So, you know, like I said before, the Golf R just had immense traction, and or has immense traction. This Haldex is super smart. I do launch control, you know, a couple times now, and it doesn't break the tires at all. I maybe get like a little chirp on second gear, and you know, that's probably to be expected. It is a dual clutch. It shifts extremely fast, and the way it pre-selects gears in its launch control setting is just insanely quick. So you know, that'll probably cause a little chirp into second gear, but other than that, I never get a traction light. I'll floor it in any gear, you know, first gear, second gear, and I will never have a, you know, a little flicker. Other than that, so yeah, now let's talk about handling characteristics. So you know, like I said, the Golf R should be around 250, 300 pounds heavier than my GTI. However, you know, a lot of this added weight is from the Haldex, and the Haldex is lower. So I don't necessarily, I'm a business student, I'm not a physics student, or, you know, I'm not an engineer of any sort, but I do believe that now lowers the center of gravity, and you know, that's why people lower their car. I could be wrong. Please comment, tell me I'm going off and saying the wrong things. I'd like to know. But ultimately, I'm pretty sure that means that this thing has a lower center of gravity. And around corners, this is way more fun than the GTI. The GTI was extremely fun. I really enjoyed it. But the way this all-wheel drive system, the way it assists you going around corners, it's insane. The rear wheels, I mean, it's just, the torque vectoring is super, super witty. It's very, very, I mean, it's like instant. You instantly feel the rear assisting you around corners. It's something I've always heard people say, and I've never really believed it, because if you're going fast, you're just gonna get understeer, but the rear wheels counter the understeer, and it's really nice. So this is really, really fast. I think, in fact, I probably would gander this would smoke my GTI around probably like a little track. As long as there's not crazy straightaways, the GTI would probably win, but I don't know, around corners, this is a really good car. You know, I'm probably not giving it a super fair comparison, because my GTI always ran all seasons, and my favorite tires that I ever ran on that car were my Michelin Pilot Sport, and they were the all season. And that was a really good tire, really grippy, but still I'm comparing that Michelin tire to my current tire, which is my Continental. And these are the OEM tires, and I don't necessarily know the exact spec, but it's whatever OEM tire the Golf R came with for the 2019 model. And it's a super grippy tire. So again, it corners really good. The brakes are awesome too. I didn't have a performance package GTI, so I never got to experience those big Golf R brakes on a lightweight GTI. I can't imagine what that'd be like. I have driven a few now, but never really, you know, really experienced it, which I'd like to. So hopefully sometime in the future I get to drive one of your guys' GTIs, and we can actually, you know, do some reviews on those. So I'd like to. So if anyone's watching and has a performance package GTI that's kind of built up and that you guys think it's unique, let me know, and we'll talk, and we'll maybe set something up. So aside from that, yeah, these brakes are amazing. I had the standard package. I didn't have the performance package on my GTI SE. So, you know, being a little bit on the heavier side for GTIs, and also not having the big brakes, definitely I can realize why there's going to be a difference between brakes and with this and the GTI. This just brakes insane. These brakes are awesome. The downside to these brakes is the brake dust is pretty bad. It's really, really bad, and probably a lot of that is due to the fact that I can just see it a lot easier on these black wheels, these black Pretorias. But aside from that, like, I don't know, I can't really complain. It's just brake dust, and ultimately this brake dust is caused by awesome brakes. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, I've been driving, kind of bouncing back between cars, and I keep forgetting European cars have the tank on the other side. That's embarrassing. It's happened to me a couple times, and I'm gonna admit it now. I got a decent amount of gas in this thing. Apparently I had enough for a full tank again, so keeping my fingers crossed. We'll see what happens next time I come here. I've been filling this thing up every single week. It's not the car, it is me. I am the one to blame. So I apologize, car, but I like driving you a lot. And I like driving you a lot in race mode too. I probably should leave the other way. But yeah, so anyway, you guys are wondering, I probably already mentioned why I go to Shell a lot, but I do have a gift card. And I'm not one of those like, oh, it's a big difference. My car is 10 times faster on Shell Nitro Premium. But I do put 93 in this car too. I think it's because it requires 93. Alright, got a little straightaway. Here we go, guys. So fun. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video. And thank you guys again also. And just one more thank you for all of you guys for understanding my weird upload schedule. I'm gonna try to at least do Fridays again, every Friday, but we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I can do it. I'm gonna try to, you know, ultimately I'd love to do 2 videos a week, but don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know how you guys feel about the video, how you guys feel about my comparison. Was it a fair one? I hope it was. I try to keep it fair. And aside from that, I'll catch you guys in the next video. So, peace out, guys.